Yo, what up? This is Mike Brown, and this is The Art of Letting Go. Today, I got a special guest in the building. Um, one of the homies from middle school. Shoot, I feel like we was in the band together. I think you played sax, right?
Yeah. You play percussion, yeah.
We hooped together.
Yeah.
Um,
Freestyle B team, baby.
yup. Shit. I think our sisters might have played in the same basketball league, maybe.
Yep.
Um, did you play football?
I played football 7th grade year only.
I did too. I quit. I quit in 8th grade. But man, before we go too much further, can you introduce yourself to the people?
Man, what's up? I'm Los Carlitos Takes on Twitter. Run a developing sports blog, I guess you could say. I got an Instagram account, but mostly I just fire off hot takes about sports on my Twitter. It's Carlitos Takes. And my sports blog is Sporting Goods. And yeah, man, that's pretty much what I do right now is sports. Sports is my thing. And I just be having the hot takes, man. Fire ass takes. Y'all gotta come check me out.
and you a music aficionado.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I used to run a music blog in college, loscosby.com. I had a podcast where we did it's like kind of like a radio show / interviews where I would play hot music that I liked. I put the playlist together, we played it, and that was called Los Cosby Show. And well, shit, man. Ended up having another kid, and it put everything kind of on hold and stuff. And so I'm bouncing back with the sports takes and stuff like that. And I'm probably going to end up with coming out with a podcast too, man. I just haven't gotten to that space yet, man. I'm trying to be like you, Mike.
Man, I feel like we've always moved like in the same spaces, because like I remember when you was managing. And man, before we go too much further, I just want to bring me and you in the same space, bring the listeners in the same space. So you can keep your eyes open or you can close them, but we all gonna take 3 breaths together and then just jump in.
Are we gonna count the breaths, or is this silent?
I count you in. I got you. Don't
All
trip.
right.
I got you. I got you. So breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out,
This last one I'm gonna breathe in.
breathe in one more time, and let it go.
All right, we in here. Everybody's connected.
Yeah, man. Yeah. But now I was saying, when I was doing the music thing, like you was working with artists and shit.
Yeah.
I remember you connected me with one of your homeboys to do some
Yeah.
shit.
That was in shit, man. That was over there by Greens Point, huh? I think you had came through to my
Sure
partner,
was, yeah.
Dominique house. Oh, Mr. Perfect, man. Man, sad story about Mr. Perfect, man. Mr. Perfect passed away
Oh wow.
a year and a half ago, man, over some senseless shit. He was a security guard at his apartment complex, and someone dry ass killed him over
Wow.
his cell phone while he was working.
Damn.
Yeah. He had his pistol. They had their pistol, and they tried to rob him. He pulled his pistol, and they ended up
Damn.
killing him, man. Yeah. It was, man. He was a really good guy, man. Like
Yeah, no, he was cool.
one of the first guys that really that I was working with, and just what I'm saying, just trying to blog and trying to what I'm saying, like really being on the internet tip. He wasn't too much on the internet tip, so I was rocking with him, going to shows and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
Mike he came through. I think we went to the studio, everything, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a trip, man. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I really just wanted to catch up with you because, like I said, we've been knowing each other for a long ass time, and it always seemed like, we always like reconnecting. It's a trip how that happens.
And weird, bro. It's not like we was best friends or anything. We just kind of hung out in the same cliques in high school. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
we both had that mutual friend of like Scotty
yeah,
Scanlon and Blake Jones, and we all just, and Scotty was on the B team too. I don't think Blake played basketball, but but yeah, we all just were like just around, you know what I'm saying? And then what, 8th grade you moved? Or ninth grade you moved?
I moved 9th grade, yeah.
Yeah, 9th grade you moved, and then I think like junior year, something like that. Like I'm at Clear Creek basketball game. I see Mike. Los, Carlos. I was like, man, oh shit, what's up, man? Yeah, man. Here come Mike in his Elkins jacket, you know, with the band, already lettered in band. You know what I'm saying? And we was chopping it up then, and then I didn't see you again until college, maybe.
Had to be college, yeah.
College, and I don't even know how this ended up happening. I ended up going with a couple of my friends. I think you know Fahim, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's so crazy. Do you still keep in touch with Fiend?
Every now and then we talk. We talk every
Wow.
now and then. Every now and then. He used to always be like, man, let's do a sports podcast, man. Let's do a sports podcast, man. But you know what I'm saying? People not serious.
He was cool as hell, man. He was real cool.
Man, yeah, super popular. A bunch of friends. Everybody knew him. Everybody liked him.
Yeah.
And we ended up, me and a couple of cats went out to New Orleans to go to Loyola to go kick it with one of our friends, Ed.
Yeah,
And
I remember that.
I don't know how. I guess we had talked before, or somehow either you knew I was there, or I knew you were out there or something, and I just hit you one night, and you was like, "Man, just hit me in the morning." And that night was a crazy. We went to some bar. I don't know where we ended up. Some bar, and we ended up getting real toasty. And I started walking home, like in New Orleans, and apparently it was the hood, because I couldn't find Ed and them. My phone was dead, and a police officer actually stopped me and told me, "Hey, man, walk back to the bar. You don't want to be walking out here just dry as walking out here." And so I walked back over there, called an Uber or a taxi, came home, and this is a crazy ass story, man. I slept on the motherfucking porch of the dude's house that we were staying at.
Damn.
And I woke up that morning and was like, "Hey, Mike, what you doing, man? Come scoop me." And then he was like, "I'm on this street and this street." And I walked to that street, and then we linked up again and smoked and listened to music and shit. And then we was disappearing and went our separate ways again. And then shit, man, ended up linking back up. Shit, I ain't seen you in probably since then, honestly.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
But we always kept up on the internet and everything, and you know what I'm saying, I was always in real tune what you was doing. You was putting me on Dizzy, Raw DI.
Yeah.
Yeah, you was rolling with them cats in Currency, like before the Currency wave, man. Before the Currency, when Currency was the little homie on Cash Money, you know.
Yeah.
You was putting me on that way, and that's how I found out about Spitter and about Dizzy, because they was like running together. Was they cool?
Yeah, they was like the OG Young Money.
Okay.
Yeah, that's funny, man.
Yeah, bro. That's it. So long story short, the Art of Letting Go listeners, been knowing Mike, man, pretty much my whole life. But it's not like we best friends or anything. It's just like I said earlier, man. Real recognize real. We always keep it connected, because we always just kind of feed off each other's vibe and each other's energy, giving each other's ideas and stuff like that, man. They're always pushing me to do my podcast, listen to my podcast, listen to my playlists and shit. It's always been a mutual respect between us, man.
Yeah, man. I appreciate that for real. You definitely been keeping me up on new music, because I just don't be listening to a whole lot of new rap. But every time I think of you, man, I think about one time you told me that I put you on Jay-Z, and
yeah, that's another story, man. That's another story. Yeah, you want to tell the story or tell?
I don't even remember, man. That's why I'm like, man, like you really blew my mind though.
Okay, man. So 7th grade basketball, right? So 7th grade B team. You know what I'm saying? This is the first time we're really on I'm really on a bus, because I rode. My mom came and picked me up from school, and so I never really rode the bus. She dropped me off and picked me up, so I never really rode the bus. This is the first time I'm experiencing the bus. So we in the back of the bus, and Mike has the Hard Knock Life CD. I don't really know. I only know that one song, and Mike let me borrow the CD. You know, you be passing the CD.
Hell yeah.
And Mike let me jam that on the way to who knows, fucking space intermediate, you know. And yeah, man, that was whenever like I really like started to listen to more to Jay-Z, and it was off that Hard Knock Life album. And yeah, man, I'll never forget that, man, that you had put me on Jay-Z. And another tidbit from that story is I think you had told me that your mom had put you on rap, period, because she had let you listen to rap like with curse words, right? Am I
Yeah,
correct?
yeah. My dad, he let me listen to the Chronic. That was like the first rap CD I ever heard with curse words in it and shit. I was like, damn. And I was addicted ever since.
Yeah, yeah, man. And then, hey, another thing, when we was in college, I ran into you at Premium Goods that one time with your
Oh
mom.
yeah, sure did.
Yeah, I ran into Premium Goods. So we always just ran in the same
Yeah,
spaces, like just randomly. But it's not like I was like, hey, I'm gonna be at Goods, come meet me. Like, there's
yeah,
Mike buying some shit, he's buying some fly shit. We just buying fly shit. That's just what we did.
yeah, man. But man, in between them times, like what was your life like?
Um, just a lot of rambunctiousness, man. Just,
Yeah,
just doing dumb shit, smoking a lot of weed, going to classes, getting through them barely. Uh, yeah, man. Running with Dope Easy in college as well. Really seeing how artists like could go from being man. I remember when we first started kicking it with Dope Easy. You know who Dope Easy is?
yeah,
Okay, yeah, he's a pretty popular rapper in Houston. And first time I really kicked it with him, we were going to one of his shows. Nobody's there. You know what I'm saying? It's a
yeah,
club situation. You've been to that situation. You know what I'm saying? It's a club situation. You go up there, they introduce you. Everybody goes and gets drinks, and you perform your 2 songs, and then we get off stage. I'm filming, and he and shit, we just kind of grew together with his shit. Like he just became bigger and bigger with the Kickback Sundays. Then been hooking over Killer Calione, Bun B, touring in Texas, South by Southwest, College Station, Kirk Banks. Like we were like in the mix. You know what I mean? Kicking it with Wiz at South by Southwest. It was fun, but I didn't get shit done, bro. I was just smoking too much and not focused, just really enjoying. And it was fun. It was fun. I don't regret it, but I could have maximized some situations, didn't. But you know
yeah,
what I'm saying? I'm sure you can relate to that, man, with because you in college with Spitter and with
yeah.
the, you know what I'm saying? What was you doing?
I think at that time for me, man, I really just wanted to be the man. Like I wasn't even in the right mindset, when I was younger. Like yes, I was around all those people, but in my mind, like I thought it was making me dope being around them when I really was just dope, just being me. You know what I mean? Like that's why
Yeah.
the motherfuckers fucked with me. But I think I was looking for more out of like feeling like I had to be on a certain level and just being young and not understanding the game.
Impressionable?
Yeah,
Yeah. That's wild, man. That's wild. Yeah, but just doing that and then really finding my wife in college and finding her and like her putting pretty much like a battery in my back. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like understanding that like this guy is really smart, this guy is really talented, but how can I want to help him. It was almost like a manager. You know what I'm saying? She just help put me in the direction that I am now. Where what I'm saying, right now I work in IT. I work
that's what's up.
I do project management for telecommunications projects and stuff. We work with AT&T, a whole bunch of big telecom companies. But I would have never been there if I wouldn't, kind of slowed down with the whole music thing and blogging thing and stuff like that, and kind of like was like, what's gonna like make me a productive human being? You know what I'm saying? And really connecting with her and her putting that battery in my back and kind of like, you should do this. Just try this. And then seeing money from it and being like, I think you're right.
Man, that's really dope to hear. And I'm also like, I'm curious to know, how did it feel to like really fall back on like music and shit like that?
It was hard at the time, you know what I'm saying? I don't think I even understood what was really like. It just kind of happened like slowly, like just I was seeing more money from doing, working and putting focus on my career in school than rather than, having fun, smoking and creating and stuff like that. It just wasn't as lucrative for me. And so for me to just realize that and just it was just made things way better. You know what I'm saying? Like it gave me like almost like a different purpose in life. You know what I'm saying? Like a new chapter was kind of like blooming in that end of college, finishing and knowing what to do after. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because had I not met my wife straight, I don't know what I'd be doing or where I'd be or like, you know what I'm saying? I might still be trying to be that 30, 33, 34-year-old young guy, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
trying to be in the mix, which I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, you know what I'm saying? If that's what you want to do, but it just wasn't at a certain point, it wasn't me anymore. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
No, I definitely feel that. I definitely feel that.
It was bigger than being fly. It was bigger than you know what I'm saying? Because then, you hanging out with those guys, and like you said, like I felt like I had to be at a certain status. I felt like I had to have like certain shoes, be, you know what I'm saying, smoke a certain weed, and like, and
Yeah.
it wasn't a bad thing, like because I enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I enjoyed
absolutely.
every bit of it.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? It was an experience. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? 'Cause I can say that, you know what I'm saying, I've met all these guys and hung out with all these guys and just that are creative and that have big fan bases.
Yeah. And that, I think the thing that I appreciate is that it's still love at the end of the day, with
Yeah.
with all the people, all those situations and shit. So I appreciate it, man. I'm curious to know though, what advice would you give to your younger self? Like at that time in your life, what advice would you give to your younger self?
Um, everybody not your friend. Everybody not your friend. You need to move a different way. You know what I'm saying? And not trying to be, make friends with so many people, and just have more of an objective outlook on it, and not just be floating through life.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing, because I feel like that's what I did. I just kind of floated through my college life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I floated through it, just kind of whatever, gave minimal effort, and and that includes with blogging, that includes with music videos, that I just was floating through life, and oh man, I have these associations, so I'm Gucci,
Yeah. Yeah.
I could have done more with it, but
And I think that's part of being young and part of like, just not being in the space. You still there?
it's just growing. It's just growing to me in my story and my situation. I feel like it's just growing. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Just
absolutely. Yeah.
progressively, just like becoming um a better. Now I don't want to say a better person, but just like a more functioning society person, I guess you could say. You know what I'm saying? Just like going out there and functioning in society. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Not just being the little, guy that's making trouble by, smoking weed on the side of the building, or, riding with your license plate fucked up, or your license, suspended and shit.
Yeah.
It's just growing. What
That's
would you
real.
get? Well, what about you, man? What would you tell yourself then?
Um, Man, probably in college, I probably would have told my younger self to just be yourself, you know, and it probably would have been that simple, and it probably would have stuck too. Just
Yeah.
because, I would say for the most part I was being me, but I also feel like I was trying to be something outside of myself. Like I said, like being around people like Spitter and like Dizzy and all them. Like I wanted to be at that level because I felt like it was gonna shine me in a different way. Like I was gonna look different or some shit,
Yeah. Yeah.
and everybody just treat me like Mike my whole life. Like everybody just treat me like Mike, and now I really appreciate that shit because it's like, oh, I get love, like, I get real love.
Yeah, man. So are you still doing music out there, man?
Not as much as I used to. The school thing has kind of been my main thing, man. The school and the podcast. Like, you know,
Yeah.
I make beats now for me, and I make music for me. So it's like, if something comes out of it, it comes out of it. Like I'm not chasing it like I was, because
You're just creating to create.
yeah, because the chase didn't feel like that great to me. It started bringing me down because I felt myself like just trying to be about the money and not nothing else. You know what I mean? Like the creative side of the shit was just getting lost in trying to chase a check.
Yeah, and that's I can feel that, because that's really where I'm at with this whole like sports thing. Is I'm not trying to really create anything that's going to make a huge amount of money or any, I just really I my thing, I want to be heard.
Yeah,
I feel like I got these fire ass takes on sports, and I know a lot about sports and I just want to put it out there, and if it sticks, it sticks. But I just want to put it on the record so I can say, hey, if you want to know what I think, you can go here. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, with this podcast, man, I feel like this is like my first real passion project. So to do this shit and just, you know, not feel nothing else but wanting to do it, like that shit feels good. And not stressing what it's gotta be and none of that shit. Like I just do this shit.
Yeah,
I don't care.
yeah,
I do care how it sounds and shit, but you know, I feel like every time I do it, I just give my best. So it's like if I'm doing my best, and if it's on a fucking cell phone or it's on a fucking computer, you know,
man. I just seen it all
still
different kind
getting
of ways.
done.
I just
Yeah,
seen it start from the bottom, from episode 2 or 3. I think I saw it, and I was like, oh
yeah,
shit, okay. And then that, you know what I'm saying? I can't say that I've like paid attention the whole time, but I know one thing that is for sure, that it has been consistent. It has been nonstop, just like time. It's just been kept, like the art of letting go is gonna be there. You know what
yeah,
I mean? And I know that I can always like I would listen to a random episode like at work. You know what I mean? Just be in a troubled state, like just like, man, I need something to just kind of give me a new perspective and feel like somebody hear somebody else's perspective on life and think. And I have to say that, this is one of the podcasts that I go to. You know what I mean? Like I'll listen
man,
to
I
a random
appreciate that.
episode. Can't say I'm faithful, but I can definitely say that I come back and grab whenever I can, and
Yeah,
whenever
no,
I feel
I
needed.
appreciate that, man.
It's good, man. It's good. Yeah, you talk to so many different people. And the same thing with the karaoke thing. The one time that I came in there, it was fire, man. That guy was fire. What was it? What was old buddy's name?
um,
The neo
Dorian,
soul scene.
Dorian,
Oh,
yeah.
like, bro, how do you know that? Like, that's just random. But I mean, it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Whenever you think about our relationship, it probably just ran into the dude and ended up being cool, and
Yeah.
the dude was talented, man.
That's what's up, man. I appreciate hearing that, and I hope he get to hear this as well, because he needs to know that as well. I think we all as creatives, like especially all the people I connect to, kind of fall into that pattern of like being like a little afraid of doing the shit. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
And I'm trying to break that shit, because like I said, I see it in everybody around me. So it's like, man, let me break this shit in me first, and then hopefully that shit just start trickling to other people and shit.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to get my podcast going, man. I need to just kind of buckle down and do it. But for right now, man, it's just Carlito's takes, man, on the Twitter, man, with the fire sports takes. That's what it is, right? For me, you know. You still
That's
you
what's up,
still
man.
you still into the sports, man? You still fucking with just ball or what?
Man, I still hoop, but I really don't be watching like I used to. Honestly, don't be watching, but I still hoop.
But you seen the mic thing?
I did. I'm enjoying it so far. So
It
far,
was a time, bro. Our time with sports, and especially with basketball, was a time, man. That, you hear all this LeBron talk, and you hear all this, even Kobe talk and everything like that, and then you really watch what Jordan did and how he did it, and just it wasn't people bring up all these stats and everything like that, and he lost this many games, and this was his winning percentage, this is LeBron's winning percentage. It's to me, man, you can't like grab or look. Like, it's not physical. I guess you can't put, it's not quantitative what
Yeah.
Mike did other than championships. It's not quantitative, man. It's something third party. It's something that's just, it's like Tiger Woods, man. The most fierce competitors ever to walk this earth, man. It's just something about him.
Yeah.
Kobe was the only one that was kind of, Kobe was the only one that kind of still had that same like killer instinct, but he wasn't as good as Jordan, man. Jordan GOAT, man. I don't know
Yeah,
if
no,
you.
he definitely does. But man, I think it's also different eras, man. Like it's almost like the music, you know. It's
Yeah, but
the
I
same
mean, but
shit.
it's something that you can't. Right, to me, you can't really, you can't be mad at that take. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying Scottie Pippen was the greatest player ever. I'm not saying Charles Barkley was the greatest. I'm saying Michael Jordan, and I feel like if that's what it was for you, and that's what's the GOAT, then that's what it should be. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? Like, I don't understand, the different eras, because I mean, some kids never saw Mike.
exactly. Exactly. So
Yes.
they may not even feel, they may not even understand what you're saying because it just don't make
All
sense.
they've ever seen is like is footage. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Just, I don't know, man. I don't know, man. But that documentary is fucking incredible.
Hey man, the thing for me, especially with music, like with sports too, but especially music, like I'm trying not to fall in that category of being that old cat that back in my day.
Yeah.
So it's like you gotta respect, what the newness is bringing. I don't think that LeBron could compare to Jordan or Kobe.
Yeah, the only person that could really compare to Jordan to me is really Kobe.
Yeah,
Played the
hell
same
yeah.
position, and he just wanted to be him so bad.
That killer instinct though.
Yeah, exactly. That, like, I'm not gonna lose. But I'm also glad that people are getting to see that Jordan was an asshole.
Yeah. Nah, he
Because
really was.
for instance, my mom is like a real big, like, oh, I don't like Kobe. He's too arrogant and he's an asshole and everything, and he's just not a good person and stuff like that. And I was like, man, that's like all media. Like, you just did it with, Mike didn't play in that social media era. If
Yeah.
he would have been, they would have tore his ass up for the shit Mike did, man. Mike is not a pleasant person.
Yeah.
And it's because he's a winner, and that's all he, you know what I'm saying? That's all he fucks with. That's it. It's I'm gonna win, or you win or get the fuck off.
And I don't know if I feel that, man. Like I used to feel like that, but I don't know if I feel that right now.
Nah, I couldn't be that. I couldn't be,
Yeah.
but then again, I'm not the greatest, basketball player of all time, or aspiring to be. I think it's good to have people, you know what I'm saying? Like Scarface said, you need people like me. You need people like Jordan, bro.
Yeah.
To even motivate people to be, you know what I mean? If we just take a piece of what like he does, it is like, okay, that kind of inspires me, then you know what I mean? He's doing what he's supposed to do. Or
Yeah.
he's being who he needs to be in the universe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
That guy's got to exist, but yeah, I couldn't be like that. I'm not an asshole. I wouldn't have punched Steve Kerr in the face.
That's crazy, man.
Man, I'm looking forward to the rest of it. It's 10 episodes, I believe. And I
Yeah.
think we getting, 5 and 6 tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah.
We getting 5 and 6 tomorrow. So I'm be looking out for that, and then I'm gonna have something to say about it.
Hey, you should record it, man. Like you should record that shit and just put it out there. See what the fuck happens.
I need to, man. I need to. I need to do the podcast thing and just go ahead and buy the equipment and stuff. I'm just kind of bent on if I want to do it at home and do it in my own space, or if I want to go and try to do the route with the whole playing the music and kind of keep the whole playlist situation going. Because I like music, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I feel like other people dig me liking, you know what I'm saying, dig my playlists and saying things like that, and I want to give them to people,
Yeah.
So I'm just kind of bent on if I want to go to a studio and pay for that and do that, or if I want to just be at home. And I should just do it at home,
You
and
should
then
do that at home. I mean,
and
you
whenever I get to the studio, do it like that, you know,
yeah, and
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 stop
and it's the
waiting.
thing, man. Like people get to see your journey. You know what I'm saying? Like people see me start out at the studio and then going outside, and now I'm in a fucking bedroom. You know what I'm saying? So you know,
Yeah,
I say just go for it, man, and let it build on the journey. Let it take you where it's supposed to go.
my wife over here shaking her head. Hey, oh, there was. Okay, sorry. Never mind. Yeah, yeah. Do you see what I mean? Just like I'm gonna rock my compass, man, for real. Like I really appreciate my wife more than she knows.
That's
You
what's
know,
up.
she been supporting me through everything, through trying to do it and stuff, and telling me, when the right time is and when you should try to focus on it and stuff like that. Yeah.
Do you feel like you reciprocate that? Do you feel like you give that back?
Mm, I feel like I try to.
Yeah.
I try to be the best that I can, but you you're gonna come up short. It's not gonna be perfect or any. You know what I'm saying? I'm always working on me, trying to be a better husband, man.
That's dope.
I need to be, and I realize that. You know what I'm saying? So I just try to listen to what she says and how she needs, X, Y, and Z to be loved, to be cherished, to, you know what I mean? To really take care of her and everything. So I just try to work at it every day. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And have bad days, have good days. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we in it to win it. We've been building since 10 years? We dated for 5
Damn.
years. We dated for 5 years before that. So we 10 toes down, 10 years, man. And
Wow.
we just
Congratulations, man.
appreciate it. And we just trying to build a successful family. Just keep it going. You know what I mean? I feel like my parents had a successful family and raised us right, did what they could for us and everything, which was, above average. And that's just what me and my wife trying to work towards together.
That's what's up, man. That's really dope to hear, for real. How's fatherhood though?
Fatherhood, man. You know what I've learned? I'm not a baby kind of guy. Like I'm not a baby person. Like 4 or
Okay.
5, even now I have like a stepson that's 13. And and go back 10 years, you know what I'm saying? Like, I met him when he was like 4. And so and I have a 4-year-old now, and I have a 1-year-old. So it's just been a learning experience the whole time. And I don't like babies, bro.
Yeah.
I
What
don't
what
like
don't you
babies.
what don't you like about babies?
They too needy. They can't talk. You know what I'm saying? Like, tell me what you want. Tell me what's wrong. Why, and it's just, like, and I just don't do well. Like, I get frustrated.
That's real.
And that's great, man. That's 100% just honesty, bro. Like, yeah. My little 1-year-old get on my nerves, but I love him to death. He just, you know what I mean? He's in this point right now where all he wants is to be held. Like, he will just follow you around and whine to be held. So he just makes himself miserable for the past at least 3 days. He's just made himself miserable all day because he wants to be held. I hold him for a little bit, but then, you know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. You got to, like, go play or go do something. That's just what it is. And you know what I mean? With the 4 and 5-year-old, we can go play video games. Like, he goes to bed, and the 1-year-old goes to bed, and then me and Alex will go to the game room. So I'll turn on the PS4 and play Madden. He'll turn on his iPad or his Nintendo DS, and he'll play something, or we'll switch and go play. He'll play Plants vs. Zombies and stuff like. We can play, we can do stuff,
Yeah.
With the baby, man, it's too many restrictions for my fall. He might, can't really walk that well. Like, man, holler at me whenever you go so fully functional. You know what I'm saying? Whenever you can just tell me, I need to go to the bathroom. Then we're good. But yeah, man. It's been great though. It's been great. My stepson's magnificent. He's the whole reason I wanted to have kids. And so, and then I had kids myself, and they were bad. And so, bro, my stepson is just, they are my two, and then the oldest are left and right, bro. Like in politics, left and right. You know what I'm saying? Like one's just conservative, and the other two are just wild. Like, it's crazy, man. But it's been great though, man. I like fatherhood. And I'm excited to see I'm excited to see my kids get to where my stepson is.
Yeah.
I've learned a lot going through that. You know what I mean? And he's so great and so smart. He's helped me learn, like, you know what I mean, that people are completely different, because he don't like sports. He don't like, anything that really, the only thing we kind of have in common is our sense of humor. He likes dry humor, and is like a smart ass and things like that. And so I think that we're about to start coming into like the same kind of comedy. He just don't like, harsh stuff. You know what I'm saying? But he's gonna get there, and it's gonna be good. I can't wait to, show him more comedy and stuff like that as he gets older, because he really likes comedy and like jokes and stuff, and his jokes are terrible at the moment. I mean, he'll come up to me with wild, you know what I'm saying? Just, hey, I got a joke, and say it, and I'm like, that's not really it, man. He's like, I just made it up, man. I'm trying, Carlos. Come on. So yeah, he's cool, man. He's a blessing, man. He helps the older ones, guide them. You know what I'm saying? Like they look up to him, and he's a good big brother, a good role model.
That's what's up.
Yeah, so we got a good family dynamic going right now. You know what I'm saying? And just trying to progress and build through that, man. I'm trying to treat my kids like Kanye treat his kids.
Man,
material wise, I don't know how great of a father he is, honestly.
That's real. Man, before I let you get out of here, something that I ask every guest is, what's one piece of advice or what's one lesson that you grabbed on your journey that you could share with listeners?
Oh man, focus, and like I said before, it's kind of like a combo of what I said before. And focus is not everybody your friend. Don't really, you know what I'm saying, go through life just trying to be friendly and trying to be people friend. Like, make sure you're objective and you're trying to get stuff done, and you're doing stuff for a purpose, not just floating through life. That's the most important thing that I will teach my sons. Is just not to just be complacent and just kind of float through life, man. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, it's just, don't just be friendly and everything. Kind of have a purpose in what you're doing. You can't just be out here. You know what I mean? You can't just be out here for nothing. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's one mistake that I made. I was just out there. I was out there for nothing, like for experience, I guess you could say. And that's really what now that I'm thinking about it, like that's really what it was. It was experience. Like I was just trying to get experience. I ain't know nothing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I guess that's kind of good, but at the same time, man, too much of that, you do think about it. Then you just floating through life. You know what I mean? You just floating through life, just trying to grab different experiences and just put them in your box of experiences. You know what I mean? And that's pretty much what I ended up with, a box of experiences.
I feel it, man. No, I understand. And for me, I feel like, just even hearing you saying that, I think for me, that was a lot of me just running from myself, just trying to find other things to occupy myself with without it's really dealing with me.
For sure, man. Love the show, bro. Love the show. Love the karaoke thing. Keep doing it, man. Like the quarantine karaoke. That. I'm gonna show my wife the Next, when are they? When are they?
I'm gonna probably do one tomorrow night. Sundays and Tuesdays.
Go ahead and plug the whole thing, man. Go ahead and plug the whole thing. Quarantine karaoke.
Sunday and Tuesday. Shoot, 7 o'clock my time, 9 o'clock your time.
So
Till
that's 5
till the phone.
We're probably
dies.
gonna be joining late. We're gonna be joining late because 5 o'clock is a very, very hectic time for a 1 and a 4-year-old.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of days. You know what I'm saying? We could be doing baths. We could be changing a diaper. We could be trying to eat dinner. We could be doing all 3 of those things at the same damn time.
I respect it, man. I do. Man, let the people know where they can find you, though.
Man, Carlitos Takes on Twitter. Sporting Goods Texas. Sporting Goods TX and on Instagram. And yeah, man, those are the 2 places y'all need to be looking for me, man. The sports takes, they fire, you know what I mean? Retweet, let's have a conversation. The podcast is coming soon, man, and inspired by Mike, powered by Mike.
Man, I appreciate that, man. And I look forward to it. Man, I appreciate you coming on the show, though.
Yeah, for sure, man. I appreciate you having me, man. It was good to just talk, man. Sometimes, and your listeners probably gonna see, man, this motherfucker just talk. So yeah, man. So it was good to just talk during this quarantine, man. I haven't seen nobody, talked to nobody. So yeah, it was good. Thank you for having me, man.
Absolutely, man. Shoot, I appreciate y'all listening. This is Mike Brown, and this is The Art of Letting Go. Peace.
All right, man. Appreciate it, man.